Hi guys, it's Olivia. I just want to say I'm sorry that I didn't do the YouTube video last night. Yesterday I was potentially going to have to put my dog down, and that leads up to what we are going to talk about today. Today we are going to talk about losing a loved one or a pet or just a friend. Lately I have been struggling with losing my dog. Her name is Daisy, and she's Bichon, so she's about yay big. Actually, this is her. Daisy! Yeah, she's tired. She's 14 years old, and I had her when I came to the U.S. when I was, I came when I was 4, and she, I think, came, when I was 5 or 6. Yeah, I've been here for 16 years, and she's 14, so I was like 6 years old. And so she's been with the family for quite some time. The last 5 months, we found out that she had kidney failure. At the beginning of her time, like when she was a baby, she did have kidney problems. I think it was kidney stones or bladder stones or one of those two. And she was pretty healthy. Other than that, it's just that was just her struggle was right at the beginning, and the struggle is right at the end. And so we are thankful that she did have pretty good health throughout her whole time. But right now, though, we have been struggling for, again, the past 5 months because we are trying to kind of like keep her alive, but like she isn't ready to go yet. And for the 5 months, we have actually been giving her subcutaneous fluids, which will help her like kind of keep her hydrated, because if your kidneys aren't working, then you just get really dehydrated, and that was the problem with her. And so she was doing pretty well for like the majority of the months that we kept her. And now she's kind of turning the tables, and I want to talk to you guys about it. Losing something or someone is really shitty. Excuse my French language, but it just really sucks. Usually it's during a really bad time, either a holiday, a birthday, exams, just bad timing, but you can't help it. And right now, this is around Valentine's Day, and it would be kind of hard to lose my dog. I think on Valentine's Day, that'd probably be really bad, because I don't know, it just would. But things happen for a reason, so right now, though, she is slowly passing, and I don't know how to feel about that, because you really don't want her to suffer, and that can be pretty hard for someone to be able to or for a dog to suffer, because they can't tell you unless they're barking. But we really haven't heard my dog bark in 5 months. She'll bark here and there, but not as much as before. So if she's ever in pain, she doesn't tell you, and that is normal for a dog to do that. So we want to try to keep her comfortable and stuff, but it's been hard for us to do that also, because we don't know her side of her life. And I don't know, it's been a struggle, and people have asked me how come you're coping with this so well? Why are you okay with it? I haven't ever seen you cry about Daisy passing. And to me, passing is a bad thing. Not a bad thing, but it's not fun. I've dealt with a few deaths here and there, mostly actually a couple friends through actually suicide, and that was more of a shock, because I didn't know that they were going to commit suicide or even just pass due to an illness, I didn't know. But for Daisy, though, I know that she's going to pass because I have had 5 months of warning. And so there's a difference in the way of coping. When you know that your like dog or your relative is going to pass, not that it's a good thing, it's not, but you have more of a chance to like say goodbye. You have more of a chance to just spend time with them and just tell them that like you really love them and things like that. And the other times, like with like my other friends who did pass, I didn't have time to say goodbye, and I didn't have time to tell them that like they were, you know, such a good friend to me or something like that. And so that's something that people have to realize, is that I have had time with my dog, and I've always been told, if you love something, you got to set it free, and that's what I'm willing to do. And I think that's good advice for people. I know probably you have heard it a ton, probably from parents or grandparents or teachers, but it is true. If you do love something, set it free, either in a relationship or losing a family pet or losing anything. Then on their side, they'll know that you still will always love them, even though they will never physically maybe see you again. And that's kind of how like I've always done. With moving, I've always had to leave people, and that's not really fun to do either, but it's something that you know, it's a change in life. And so is death. Death is a change in life. It can bring people close together. It can, I don't know if it's like brought people like not together. I've never had that happen, but I know like with my dog, with like this whole thing, like my family, like my immediate family, like we have gotten really close. I'm kind of thankful for that, because sometimes it's really hard to relate to your parents, especially you know, us girls. Us girls tend to have a hard time relating to family because we're like, oh, like, please parent, like, you're so embarrassing right now. And because we can't relate, it leads to arguments. It leads to, why are you putting restrictions on me? And I'm in college and I still have rules in my house because I still live with my parents. And you do have to respect it, but there are things like important things that will kind of keep you together, and special events and heartbreaking events like losing a dog. And it's nice to have, it was nice to figure out like my mom's emotions. My mom and I, we were close. We've been like close, but like shopping close. Like, we can relate to each other when we're shopping, but like if we're like at home, like we don't really talk. I mean, we talk, but like it's just like, hey, go to school, okay, bye, love you too. Or it leads to arguments, and or you know, disagreements, and you're just like, oh, so shitty, like I hate my life. And that's not the case. Like, you know that deep inside, like, you know, parents, they do love you and they are looking out for you. And that's something that you guys should remember. They really are looking out for you. You will end up happier if your parents do look out for you. And that's what my parents do. But I never got the side of my mom, like the emotional side, or just her kind of talking about like anything that she was feeling until Daisy got really sick. I never really shared a lot of information of like my feelings, and even if I did, I would sugarcoat things because sometimes kids don't feel comfortable talking to the parents. And after like Daisy got sick, I realized that I was able to talk to my mom about pretty much anything. In the past 5 months, I was able to tell her a lot of things I would never have thought that I would have told to her. And I'm really grateful for that. The downside is that if you don't have a parent or someone that you aren't looking, or someone that isn't really like a special person in your life that you're able to really talk to, a good idea is to get a counselor. I myself have a counselor. I have a counselor for my adoption. The reason why is I wanted to figure out more information about myself, to kind of dig deep into, why I'm this, why I'm that, and stuff like that. And it has really helped me in school and in friends. I really struggled when I was young with friends, and I always wondered why, and it kind of actually led back to being adopted. And now that I've gone to a counselor, I have been a lot more confident. I'm sharing to you guys, and for 15 years, I didn't share anything to people. I always kept it to myself. So that's a good way, and I would recommend more of a counselor than like a best friend, because if you're losing something or someone, or just need someone to talk to, counselors are literally just a counselor, and they're there for you and only you. They may have other clients, but it's still about you. In however many minutes you have with them. Mine is usually about an hour, and in that time zone, I get to talk about anything I want. But when you're with a friend, you can't do that, because your friend is going to get annoyed, your friend may be busy at that time, or there's just more bad flaws if you talk to your best friend about it. You can talk to your best friend about everything too, obviously. I mean, friends love to get to know each other, like, personally, but there's an extent that you should be talking to your friend about. You could talk to someone, and then also, like, to your best friend, and then also, then as like a backup, talk to someone that you don't know, because they don't know you and you don't know them. That's it. That is the relationship. And for a whole year, the whole relationship is right there, and they can't judge you. They can't put their own bias opinions, because that's unprofessional. And with a friend, they can. So that can lead into some arguments in that way. So I recommend a counselor, or just or like a teacher or something. If you're not comfortable in sharing to a person, our world has gone towards entertainment. So if you're into music, you could write. You could, write a song. You could sing it. You could, drum it. I mean, anything. You could write poems. So there's other different ways to get feelings out about losing like something, or someone, or anything like that. I know I have a journal upstairs that I keep next to my bed, and whatever comes to mind, I usually put it down. And it's really nice, and it's only for me. And it's kind of cool to actually kind of look back on what you have written, because you can see your progress. And that is something that I've really enjoyed doing. So that's another way that you can cope, is to be able to write things down or share it to someone, or other than like a best friend. And yeah, so I hope this was helpful. If you guys have any questions or any comments, you can just go to any of my social medias. I'm available all the time, so just ask me, and I'll get back to you. Thanks. Bye.